My best friend lied about having cancer for 2 years, and I just exposed her in front of everyone, and now I feel like the biggest asshole on the planet. Am I? Okay, I don't even know where to start because my hands are literally shaking as I type this, and I don't know if I'm about to throw up or have a full-blown panic attack. Probably both. I might delete this later. I don't know. But I need to get this off my chest because I genuinely don't know if I just made the worst mistake of my life, so. Context. Jesus Christ, where do I even start? I, 27F, have been best friends with Sarah, 28F, since we were, 14. I'm talking ride or die. She knows all my deepest, darkest secrets level of friendship. She was the person I called at 2 a.m. when my ex cheated on me. I held her hand when her mom passed. We have years of history. She was my sister in every way, except blood. So when she told me 2 years ago that she had cancer, I fucking lost it. Full-on sobbing in my car, pulling over because I couldn't see the road through my tears. I dropped everything for her. Everything. I left work early to take her to chemo, which, spoiler alert, she apparently never actually fucking went to. I organized fundraisers. I even broke up with my boyfriend because he had the audacity to say, "Are you sure she's telling the truth? I hope he never sees this because, holy shit, he was right." She got so much money from the fundraisers. Thousands. People bent over backward for her. She was the most inspirational person on Instagram. She posted bald photos. Turns out she shaved her head. She had fucking wristbands made with her name on them. She met a guy because of her cancer, and he proposed to her because he thought she was dying. And then, I found out the truth. I still feel like I'm living in some kind of fucked up alternate reality where this isn't real. So, about 2 weeks ago, I ran into her cousin at a coffee shop. We made small talk. I mentioned something about Sarah's treatment, and her cousin's face did this weird thing, like she was trying not to react. And then she just went, "Wait, Sarah has cancer?" I laughed because, obviously, this was a joke. I said something like, "Yeah, what did you forget?" And she looked so confused, so genuinely lost. And then she said, "I will never forget this exact moment because my ears started ringing." No, she doesn't. I don't even remember what I said after that. I think I asked her if she was messing with me. I don't know, but the way her cousin's face dropped, I knew. I just knew. I went straight to Sarah's house, and the second she opened the door, I could tell she knew I knew. She started crying before I even said anything. I don't even know how long we argued. Hours? Days? I feel like I blacked out. She had excuses. Oh my God, did she have excuses? She tried to say she thought she had cancer, but the doctors got it wrong, which, what the actual fuck, that's not how that works. Then she admitted that she'd lied, but it was only because she felt like she was losing everyone's attention after her mom died. That was her reason. I remember sitting there staring at her, feeling this huge, empty, gaping hole where our friendship used to be, and then I did something crazy. Something I genuinely don't know if I'll ever forgive myself for. I told her fiancé, not in a calm, reasonable way. No. I lost my fucking mind and called him while I was still sitting in her apartment, and God, I don't even know exactly what I said, but it was something like, "She's a liar. She never had cancer. She's been lying to you for 2 years. He went silent, and then he just said very, very quietly, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Yes, I'm serious." She admitted it. And then Sarah started screaming at me, full-on hysterical, "Get out, get out, get out." And I did. But guess what? I wasn't done ruining her life yet, because after that I went home and, oh my God, I still can't believe I did this. I posted about it. On Facebook. I didn't name her, but I made this big dramatic post about people faking cancer for attention, and how disgusting it is and how it destroys people's trust, and I thought I was being vague, but literally everyone knew it was about her. Within hours, her entire world exploded. Her fiancé left her. Actually left, packed his bags and ghosted her. Her job found out. She worked for a charity. Oh my God, I forgot to mention that. And she got fired. The people who donated money to her started demanding refunds and threatening lawsuits. And now? Now I'm sitting here at 3 a.m. wondering if I went too far. Because yeah, what she did was monstrous. But I didn't just expose her, I nuked her entire fucking life. And part of me, a really ugly, awful part of me, feels good about it. Like, she used people. She used me. She manipulated everyone and she deserved to be exposed. But another part of me, the part that still remembers being 14 and making friendship bracelets with her in my bedroom, the part that cried in the hospital waiting room with her when her mom died, that part feels like I just destroyed a person who was already deeply, deeply broken. I don't know. Maybe I should have confronted her privately. Maybe I should have let her tell her fiancé herself. Maybe I should have been a better friend years ago when she clearly started spiraling. Maybe I just ruined someone's life in the most public, humiliating way possible, and I'll never be able to take it back. I don't know. AITA?
Update. My best friend lied about having cancer for 2 years, and I just exposed her in front of everyone, and now I feel like the biggest asshole on the planet. Am I? Well, this blew up. I did not expect this much attention, and honestly, I am still reeling from everything. I also did not expect the sheer range of responses. Some of you think I'm a hero, some of you think I'm Satan reincarnated, and some of you seem to think this is fake. I wish it was fake. Jesus Christ, I wish I was creative enough to make this shit up. A lot has happened since I posted, and I'm still trying to process it all, so I'll try to go in order, but I already know I'm going to go off on tangents because my brain is mush at this point. Haha, scar. So, first things first, Sarah tried to call me. Actually, she called me 14 times in one night. I ignored the first few because I just couldn't. But when she started leaving voicemails sobbing about how I ruined her life, I cracked and picked up. The conversation was, I don't even know how to describe it. Unhinged? Messy? A complete fucking disaster? Yeah, let's go with that. She started off calm, like too calm. She said she wanted to talk and explain and that she felt blindsided by my reaction. I told her there was nothing she could say to make this okay, and then she snapped. She went from let's talk to screaming at me in under 5 seconds. She called me a backstabbing bitch, said I was self-righteous and jealous of what? Lying about cancer, and then started going on this weird rant about how she was mentally ill and I should have protected her instead of turning everyone against her. And that's when I lost it. I told her that she didn't get to play the victim when she scammed people out of thousands of dollars, when she let me cry over her, thinking she was going to fucking die, when she let a man propose to her because he thought he had limited time left with her. Her response? You have no idea what I've been through. Oh my God. I actually laughed because what the fuck does that even mean? She doubled down. She said her mom dying destroyed her, which, yeah, I get it, but that doesn't give you a free pass to commit fraud. And she felt like people weren't there for her the way they should have been, so she did what she had to do to keep people close. And then she said something that still makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. It's not like I actually hurt anyone. I think I blacked out after that because I don't even remember hanging up. All I know is I threw my phone across the room, sat on the floor, and just cried. I just kept thinking, who the fuck is this person? This wasn't the Sarah I grew up with. This wasn't my best friend. This was someone else entirely. Her fiancé reached out to me. Ex-fiancé, I guess, because, yeah, he left her, like actually packed his shit and walked out. I wasn't expecting him to call me, but he did. And the second I picked up, he just sighed this long, exhausted sigh, like a man who just lost 10 years of his life. He thanked me. He thanked me. He said he felt stupid for believing her, but honestly, how was he supposed to know? How was any of us supposed to know? He kept saying things like, I was going to marry her and I loved her, and oh my God, it broke my heart. But here's the kicker. He told me that even though he left her, she's still trying to lie her way out of this. She told him I was twisting the story and exaggerating. She told him it wasn't that serious. She tried to gaslight him into believing that I was somehow the bad guy for telling him the truth. He didn't believe her, thank God, but still. She went full damage control mode. After my Facebook post blew up, she tried to do her own little PR cleanup. She made this bullshit post about how she's struggling with mental illness and that she wasn't in the right state of mind when she misled people. Notice how she didn't use the words lie or scam or manipulate, just misled. She tried to frame it like she was the victim of her own mental health, like it was something that just happened to her, instead of something she actively and maliciously chose to do. The worst part, she disabled comments. So people started commenting on my post instead. And let me tell you, people were pissed. People who had donated money, people who had cried for her, people who had literally prayed for her to survive. Her post didn't work the way she wanted it to. If anything, it made people angrier. She ended up deleting it within a few hours. Her family found out. Oh, my God. I wasn't even going to tell her dad because he's an old man and I didn't want to give the poor guy a heart attack. But her cousin, the one I ran into at the coffee shop, told him, and let's just say it did not go well for her. He called me personally to apologize, which, sir, it's not your fault your daughter turned out like this. And he sounded so defeated. He kept saying things like, I don't know where I went wrong and I don't know who she is anymore. And honestly, same. He said he's cutting her off financially. I forgot to mention she was still living off his money. So now she has no fiance, no job, no money, no friends. And somehow I still feel guilty. So where do I go from here? I don't know. I feel like I burned my entire life down in one night. I know I did the right thing. I know that. But at the same time, I still feel like absolute shit. This was my best friend. And now she's nothing. I keep wondering, what if I had caught this earlier? What if I had been a better friend? What if I had noticed the signs instead of blindly believing her? Would she have still done this? I don't know. I don't know what happens next. I don't know if she's going to try to come back from this or if she's going to disappear or if she's going to try to spin some new lie. All I know is I still have this horrible sinking feeling in my gut, like I've lost something huge, even though I know I was never the one who had it to begin with. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a final update someday. Maybe I won't. But either way, I need a fucking drink.
Final update. My best friend lied about having cancer for 2 years and I just exposed her in front of everyone, and now I feel like the biggest jerk on the planet. Am I? Hi again. I wasn't sure I was going to post this, but I guess I owe it to everyone who followed this roller coaster with me. And maybe I owe it to myself too. I'll try to keep it from spiraling like the original post did, but no promises. My emotions are still a little all over the place. So, this will be the last update. There's really nothing more to say after this. Sarah has officially left town. Her cousin told me she packed up and moved back in with a family member several states away, someone on her mom's side who, as far as I can tell, still believes her version of events, or at least hasn't kicked her out yet. I don't know if they truly don't know the full story or if they're choosing to look the other way, but she's gone. She deactivated all her social media accounts, including the ones tied to the fundraiser, which I believe were reported by several people. From what I hear, the crowdfunding platform launched an internal investigation, and some of the donors have already been issued refunds. I don't have details on whether legal charges are happening. Some people were talking about pursuing fraud claims, but no one's contacted me directly about it. Her ex-fiancé has completely cut ties. He messaged me one last time a few days ago. It was short and quiet. He said, "Thank you. I wish it had been a lie for a good reason." That's it. That was the end of that chapter for him. And honestly, I hope he heals. He didn't deserve any of this. As for me, I'm still trying to find my footing again. I've had a lot of quiet moments over the past few days where I've just sat in my car or stared at my bedroom ceiling thinking, what just happened to my life? I've gone back through old texts. I looked at photos of us from when we were teenagers. There's this one picture from our high school graduation where she's holding my hand and we're both laughing so hard we're crying, and it just breaks my heart now. I thought I'd be looking at that photo with her someday, maybe as old women sitting on a porch. Now it just feels like a picture of a stranger wearing my best friend's face. People have mostly been supportive, but there are definitely some who think I went too far. And you know what? Maybe I did. Maybe I should have let her confess instead of blowing it up. Maybe I acted out of rage and pain and betrayal and not out of reason. I still wrestle with that. But at the end of the day, I think the truth needed to come out. She hurt people. Deeply. Repeatedly. And she showed no real remorse until everything collapsed around her. If she had come clean even once, if she'd sat me down and said, "I messed up and I don't know how to fix it," I would have stood by her. I would have helped her find a way forward. But she didn't, and I couldn't stay silent anymore. What I've learned from all of this: trust is fragile. Even the strongest friendships can break in an instant when truth isn't part of the foundation. Also, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to protect your peace even when your heart is breaking. I don't feel good about what happened, but I know I can sleep at night knowing I told the truth. I'm seeing a therapist now. That probably sounds cliché, but I realized how much I'd been pushing down, not just about Sarah, but about everything I'd tied to our friendship: my sense of loyalty, my identity as the reliable one, my need to be needed. This has forced me to examine all of that. I don't expect to hear from Sarah again. I doubt she'll apologize, and if she does someday, I honestly don't know if I'll be able to accept it. I don't wish her harm, but I do wish her accountability and healing, in that order. To those of you who read all of this, who messaged me, who left thoughtful comments, thank you. Truly. You reminded me I wasn't crazy, even when I felt like I was losing my grip on everything. This is the end of the story for now. No more updates, no more unraveling. I'm moving on, slowly, one step at a time.